We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Naxeskeys. I got them keys. I got them keys. Medicated Joker.
Why so serious? And how dare you even ask me that? And why aren't you more ashamed of yourself?
Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody.
What's up, guys? I'm your host, Naxeskeys.
Medicated Joker.
And this is the Men of Few Words podcast, the place where men can talk about things and the privacy of privacy. Yeah.
Not really private, though, if
it's on Facebook.
And YouTube
and
SoundCloud.
By the way, if you guys have all those social media sites, please follow us, subscribe to us, follow us, do what you gotta do. Last week, not even last week, because I was sick. I had the cold. The week before, we were talking about the friend zone. And before we get into today's topic, which is very, I would say...
fun.
Well, it's controversial for a lot of reasons.
Very controversial. Controversial.
Someone made a comment on a status, and we do eventually want to take requests and things like that. So eventually, I think next week we will really get a format going for the podcast, because right now we're just kind of winging it and everything. But we'll definitely try to keep you guys in the loop on what's, being updated on the podcast. Joker, how are you today? Because we're about to get into some... we got comments for this, too, so it's about to be brutal.
Maybe I should bring up those comments.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
I mean, just so that we can have them, because, we're totally going to forget later on.
No, we got... I know these... They commented on my... They didn't even comment on the actual Facebook post. They commented on my... I shared the status, and they commented on me.
Yeah.
So... Today's topic is interracial dating. Thanks to Joker, he chose this particular topic, and we're just going to give you guys our opinions on it, pros, cons, whatever comes to mind. So I'm going to go first. I think you went first last time.
Yeah, I did. So
right.
You got to go first. I need to hear your point of view.
Interracial dating in 2018, to me, is a hit or a miss. I feel like there's nothing wrong with dating outside your race if you're strictly dating that person because you genuinely you love that person, not because they're Asian or they're Hispanic or they're black, white, whatever. It shouldn't come off as a fetish, and I think that gets lost in translation when dealing with particular race groups. For example, black and white. There's always one party that feels like the other one's just fetishizing that person, like, you're only with that person because you think, it's very complicated, but I understand the logic of it. I understand where that person's coming from, but it's like I said, it's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. You look like, first of all, you're rubbing your chin.
I'm just letting you speak.
You're rubbing your chin.
Now. I'm just letting you speak your point of view. Like, what do you want me to do? Sit like a cocky, arrogant CEO right now?
You're fired. So, Joker, what is your thoughts? But we got to make sure that we know, historically speaking, why some people feel a certain type of way about interracial dating.
Okay, I get that. But we also have to remember the fact that it's 2018. Okay? Mm-hmm. And if we continue to live in the past, we're going to continue to make the same mistakes that they did instead of moving on to a better, brighter future. Mm-hmm. Okay? Me being all philosophical and whatnot. These glasses don't just make me look smart. Okay, all right.
They don't. They also don't help with your eyesight. You saw me coming up the street for like 3 minutes. I'm like, dog, I'm on your block, son.
But no, okay. I have no problem with an interracial dating, and I see a lot of people... Mostly, and this is my problem, the only issue I have with it is when
Be careful. There's a
a
lot of
black-
Tumblr people.
yeah, there is a lot of black women
Oh!
will no, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. Because remember when
I'm seeing the Facebook likes go down.
No, but remember when Donald Glover, that issue with Donald Glover came out, showing that he was dating a white woman, and because the black nerdy type or whatever, this and that, and it's like you can't really. But you can't just say that, oh, he doesn't like black women because he's dating a white woman, or because he's saying that, like the internet will make something out of nothing. Any and every time they will make something out of nothing. And there is always this contradiction that if a black man is dating a white woman, then he does not like black women or respect them. But there's also a lot of black women that date white men, and there's nothing to be said about it. Like, they can easily joke and be like, yeah, I'm with him because of his credit, yeah. Yeah. But it's just like, everything that you would say for a specific race, the other race has done it. I have seen white dudes that are baby daddies, okay? I've seen white dudes that treat their women like shit. I see white men that are abusive. I see white men that put women down. Like, literally, they are with a black woman and will still put that black woman down just because he is a white man. And I'm not saying that's everybody.
Right.
But that is still what happens in society, whether you see it or not. And now with social media, cell phones having cameras, you're always having a camera on you. People are always usually recording. So you're always going to see some type of racial discomfort within a home or within a public setting that you normally wouldn't be around. Like where we live, I feel like we're very sheltered to a lot because we are very diverse in this area. We are very diverse. We have a lot of Hispanics, we have a lot of blacks, we have a lot of whites, we have a lot of Asians. Like we
have too many. Just kidding.
but no, that's like so it's like when we see a lot of racism that's in other parts of the world, you got to realize that the demographics of those areas are not as like diverse as ours, and it makes it harder to like really like argue against something. Like I can see why a lot of black women would say that black men like disrespect them when they're dating a white woman, because I do see a lot of black men say, well, I'm dating a white woman because her hair, or she's not crazy, or she doesn't talk back, or she like cooks without seasoning, and she like I'll plug that in there.
She cooks without seasoning. My unseasoned grilled chicken and asparagus with unsweetened cheese.
She doesn't wash her chicken before she fries it. Like,
yo, side note, if you don't wash your chicken, don't invite me to your house. Continue. Actually, hold on. Let me comment on something. All right. So you mentioned Danny Glover, which I expected. Danny Glover.
They're not the same person.
Danny Glover and Donald Glover are the same people. Have you seen them in the same room?
Yes.
No. When? Never. All right. So I think the issue was because he made "This Is America," and I'm all for like black rights, and I wouldn't go so far as say I'm an activist, but I would say that I'm for black people rights and things like that. So when they see the video that was promoting pro-blackness, I guess some of the women felt like, well, you can't be pro-black and date outside your race. Now, do I necessarily believe that? To an extent, I understand why they're upset, because it's kind of like you're talking about this injustice of like blacks, and you're talking about inequality for women and stuff, but it's like how, like, what to what extent does that olive branch go out to the black people? Because it's like you can make "This Is America." It's the same thing with like Michael B. Jordan. He's getting criticized a lot because he said like he was in Italy on a boat or something, and he had like a bunch of white women, and people are just like, so you couldn't bring one black girl. And it's just like it's like I can't explain it because I'm not a woman, so it's like I don't.
Put it in this perspective. This is America.
This is America.
Everybody's saying that he is doing pro-blackness, which is correct. Yes, he is uplifting black. But at the same time, he's also bringing awareness to the issues that black people go through in America, and that is true. Because that's the way to give out a message through music. Because a lot of people listen to music. You will listen to music more than you will watch TV.
But can you honestly say that you're pro-black if you're dating
a white woman? Yes.
How? I'm just asking a question.
Okay, how are you going? So what is he supposed to? If he is pro-black, y'all do not know what their relationship is based off on.
But pro-black means pro-black.
Everything
black. Meaning you don't buy.
No. See, and that's when it gets like screwed because that's limiting yourself. That is honestly limiting yourself.
Yeah, that's what pro-black is.
But if so basically the black community just wants to limit themselves.
It's a lifestyle that encourages the economic growth and development of black people as a whole. And people feel like you can't date a white woman if you're pro-black.
Hey, yo.
And I just looked up the definition.
Yeah. He just Googled that shit real quick.
I know what it is, but to just simplify it, it's like I'm trying to get an understanding because it's kind of all right. Let's go back in the past. Well, we're not even gonna go in the past.
Well, how are you gonna go in the past when?
We're gonna go now. We're gonna go now. It's 2018. There are some white people, KKK, who believe in pure, genetics. Like you shouldn't date outside your
Iranian blood. Yes, I understand. Yeah.
So why is it wrong for someone who's a minority to say I think a black person should be with a black person?
Okay, and that comes to my point of what I've called black racist.
You can't, don't.
No, if you're gonna...
That's prejudice. That's prejudice. I'll give you that.
You're saying that, okay...
Fight me.
Since white people have their KKK, black people should have their KKK.
I'm not saying that at all.
But that sort of I know that's not what you're saying, but it sort of kind of like goes into...
But it's not from a hatred. It's not from a hatred standpoint.
It's from you want equality, right? You want to be thought of as said unsaid human, or like
pro-black is really all about black people coming together because they felt like the outside world was not going to help, benefit them. Like, not to go into the history rant, but like when slavery was abolished, blacks didn't get reparations for slavery, so we went into the communities and then we had Black Panthers and blah blah blah.
And if y'all really think that we still are, y'all are really tripping.
Don't be Kanye right now.
No, I'm not trying to be Kanye. Listen, look who. First off, listen, I don't like getting political, but look who we have in the fucking office right now. Okay,
Donald Trump.
Yes. All right.
Gross.
Again. All right. So the racist whites have a lot of control right now.
Exactly.
A lot of control.
So
they were like, okay, we're going to give you Barack Obama for 8 years, and now you motherfuckers can't get back in the office. That is really what's going on.
Let's just be fair. Like. It was between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. It was really the worst possible outcomes.
Every old
Bernie Sanders
white person went out and voted, okay? Someone's 150-year-old grandma in a wheelchair that can barely move her fingers, all right, was signing Trump.
We had to choose between the lesser two evils. They both were evil. But anyway, but my point being that some black women feel that if you're pro-black, that you should be pro-black in everything. Culture, appreciation, and they just feel like you can't talk about like the oppression of black people, but then date someone outside your race because
you can't want to bring awareness to the struggles that your community comes to, but if you just so happen to fall in love with a white girl, then you like literally off a person, not off of like you looking at her skin color, but you seeing her as the person that she is, then you're really supposed to say that, okay, well, I'm not going to fall in love with her because the black women of my community who probably don't want to date me. For one.
Okay, let's talk talk about
For
that.
one,
Let's talk
because you
about
can't get mad at a black man for dating a white woman if he would come up to you, if that same black man came up to you and asked you on a date and wanted you to spend time with him and all this other stuff, and you would say no, then you have nothing to say about him being with that white woman that said yes.
My thing is this: when the whole term, this whole thing of I'm a nerd, a girl that I'm a freaking nerd. Okay, you're a nerd. Yeah. Steven and Marcus, nerds.
I'm an otaku for life,
So
bro.
the fact that we are sitting here, this goes back to the friend zone thing. Like, oh, she didn't like me because I was a nerd. No, she didn't like you because she just wasn't attracted to you.
Exactly.
So you're trying to attract, just because you didn't attract a certain type of woman in a certain race, you feel as though it's a requirement to jump out and be like, oh, I need to date a white woman because a black woman didn't. No, it's we need to get rid of that notion, because that's like me saying no Asian girl wanted to date me because I
wasn't thug enough.
Yeah, so that notion I don't believe in. I mean, regardless of, I don't even like Childish Gambino like that, honestly. The song This Is America is catchy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of this guy.
I like Summertime Magic as well. That's a nice vibe. That's
pretty good.
Nice, cool.
But back to the original thing. So it's a hit or miss, because we have to look at the historical standpoint of it for women, because women believe that if a black man was to date a white woman, they're preconditioned to liking white women, because we know the whole media is like, the lighter you are, the prettier you are. And I mean, it's like just now we're starting to get more dark-skinned women in movies, like Black Panther. Like, that was like dark-skinned women, beautiful women, by the way, but it's like dark-skinned women, and we don't really see that. So I think, like, to go back to Michael B. Jordan, you know, they see him in this all African American cast movie that pretty much won, like, I think like 10th greatest superhero film of all time because of black people, and then like to go out and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go party with these white people, and it's like, it's kind of like a slap in the face almost, because you got to be honest, black women have been supporting black men for a very long time.
They have.
So we have to do that. Now, I mentioned like fetishes, and I think a lot of people fetishizes like outside race. Like, okay, like what's some stereotypes? Like Asian women, they have the tighter.
Yeah.
Or, you know, some women go for black guys because black men typically have the bigger.
Yeah.
And like white women, I don't know, what did they say about what did they say about what?
I guess
Black girls got the bigger butts.
head game for white. I don't really know. Honestly, I don't even understand what's the big deal with, like, everybody's saying that black men go after white men because, like, well, what? Because they quote unquote look prettier.
They say white women are submissive. That's what I read one time.
I mean, yeah, they are.
They say white women are submissive. And see, that's a fetish. That's a fetish.
Yeah, it is a fetish.
And it's sad because, like, I've seen a meme where it's like, when a Latino girl gets mad, it's sexy, but when a black girl gets mad, it's not attractive. We gotta break down this barrier. So we're gonna go to these comments. Let me go to my Facebook page. Are you there already?
No.
Okay.
That's why I told you earlier to go to your Facebook page.
It'll take a second. Let's listen to some music while we wait. You're next in line.
Now you're like, okay, that's about to get a copywritten. We do not own any shit.
All right, let's see. We got some comments. All right, I'm not gonna say their names. This one person said, it doesn't bother me. People have their preference, and sometimes for a particular reason, you can get away with or gain different things from different types of people. I think it's a beautiful thing when you have so many blended families, for example, black and white. They almost have to deal with or see it from each other's side. You get what I mean? Comments? You have anything to say for this person who commented this?
Yeah, and I totally agree. With you dating...
She's wrong.
No, because with you dating outside your race, you see what someone else goes, like, their struggles are, what they go through. Like, it's a different experience culturally. It's a different experience, and
only if you're open-minded.
Yeah, and to do interracial dating, you have to be open-minded.
That is true. Because if you're closed-minded, if you were dating if you're dating someone who, like a Spanish person, and what Donald Trump is doing is very, just ridiculous, and I really feel for those families. And you're dating someone who's, Spanish, and maybe their family members going through that, and you're like, oh, well, I agree with Donald Trump. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't, you gotta be open minded. I will give her that in that comment, that it does open potential to learn from each other, but you have to be open minded. Someone said it's pretty cool. I got a son from it. It's best of both worlds. Don't know how we can comment on that since we don't have kids.
Yeah, don't plan on having any either.
Someone said it's a hit or miss. I love genuine love. However, I feel like some people look at the glamour of it without having honest conversation on ethnic and cultural differences.
Yep.
And I think that's important. All right, Lifetime. I'm gonna try to say this without spoiling it. Someone told me that they want to have a mixed baby, and that rubbed me the wrong way. And you know who I'm talking about. And the thing is, we were in a social environment.
Yes, we were.
We were probably tipsy, but we weren't that tipsy. She just I don't even know what the conversation led to, but the first thing that came out, she's like, yeah, I want to have a mixed children. I'm like, that's creepy to me.
I can't. I'll say something though. At that age that person was, okay, I was still thinking that way too. Okay?
But that was 22? Get them. Nah, son.
Cause I was still young and stupid, and I was being rebellious, and for me it was also because black people always got pissed off when I always said that. When I literally told I tell everybody, I am attracted to black women. I do find them beautiful. I know there's one that I'm attracted to right now that I would go smack at, but there's reasons why I can't do such. But
all right. Whoever you are.
But anyway,
Joker's looking for you.
But
he winked.
Nah, she's older. Bro, that's.
Oh, that's one of those. You want some?
That's one of them.
Some wine coolers.
That's one of them sugar mama type of deals.
Oh man, you better go for it then. Shoot, pay these bills off.
But no, I don't date black women. I've dated one, and I've talked to many. Mm-hmm. But as far as dated, I would say one, and that falls on that. I feel that they're not attracted like that. I mean, they are. Recently I can tell that they are now. Mm. But I also feel like that the type of vibe or connection that we have personally, it just doesn't connect. I can meet a black girl that's nerdy too, that's into anime, but I wouldn't feel romantically interested. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we're cool. It, and it's not because I'm conditioned to love another race. Right. It's just because there's honestly no explanation for it. If I honestly could give a real legitimate reason as to why, there is none. Mm-hmm. That's just how I personally feel.
Is it fear?
No, it's not even fear. But it's one is because I'm already in love with somebody, so that's way dead out the water. Right. But it's just I've always felt a different connection with somebody I can learn something different from. Mm-hmm. And with me dating with inside my race, I'm not learning anything culturally or different. I'm not seeing somebody else's point of view or how others treat them or how others react to them. Right. I know how people act when they see two black people together. I know how people react when they see a black couple or this and that. I see that, but it's the way people react when they see a couple that's Hispanic and white, or Hispanic and Asian, or black and white, or black and Asian, or people.
Yeah, now there's the joke of if you're a black guy and you're dating a white woman, you're in a sunken place.
Yeah. And it's just like
Hold on, that's actually hilarious though. But
it is.
that's a good movie. Get Out. But but you know, it's I mean, I never personally. I always tried to go for girls that were just not into me.
And
some were black, some were Spanish, whatever the case may be. I think for me, you know, after like years of experience in dating, because I've dated outside my race. I remember I dated an Asian girl, and I felt like she only really wanted to be with me because I was black. And like every time like I would hang out with her, she would like mention like rap and go-go, and I'm like,
that's not no.
And I'm like, I mean, I like go-go, don't get me wrong, but it's like, okay. So continuing on these comments, let's see here. Who is okay, so yeah, I think what this person said, you know, honest conversations on ethnic and cultural differences. I think that is important because, you know, you don't want to offend someone, and, you know, with, you know, some people take, you know, their culture with pride and stuff like that. So that's very important. This guy, I'm pretty sure you know who this is.
I already know who you're about to read.
I think people should accept it. The color of your skin should not define who you're attracted to or who you should be with. If they are together, I'm pretty sure they understand that they have different backgrounds, and at some point it was discussed what's acceptable in their relationship and what's not. Really all comes down to respect.
That is true.
I mean, can we honestly say that all relationships, like, can we really sit here and say that when you date outside your race, there's like this assessment you have to take, like you have to take this 50-page essay, like, and write a BCR at the end? Like,
no, it just comes down to who you vibe with. Like, really, like, everybody always looks at relationships as race, and there's a lot of people that do make it about race. There's a lot
clearly
of
that girl who wanted mixed babies.
Yeah, there's a lot of white women that will only date black men because like,
and black men love that.
Yeah, and
black men eat that crap up. Like, I see it all the time. Like when a girl can say something that's so like stereotypical, like just so like prejudiced and racist, but like guys will like enjoy it, like, oh god, you're so black. Like, ooh, I bet you got a big.
Look, one person the white person that irritates me, that appropriates black culture, that Woe Vicky. I'm just like, ooh, see, you don't know who she is, and keep it that way. I wish I didn't know who she was.
Woe Vicky. I gotta look her up.
Woe Vicky, don't, do not.
I mean, she worse than Iggy Azalea.
Nah. Bro, Iggy is kind of...
Whoa, what?
Iggy is bad.
Ew.
Bruh,
I will delete this podcast.
No, it's probably that Australian accent.
But she loses it when she raps.
Right. She's adorable. You know what? Yeah, I know what it is.
What?
I know what it is. And...
Go ahead, say it. I choke you. I throw you against this wall.
I find black women like alluring.
I hate black women.
No, alluring. Like there's something about them that does make them attractive.
I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that they're beautiful.
It's like beautiful is not the word to describe it, because it's something beyond that.
Personality.
It's like that. Honestly, it really comes down to like the Egyptian queen status. Like they really have and it's that boss mentality that they carry. That's what it's honestly is attractive about them. But what I realized that I like more about other races is that I find them adorable, and I'm more attracted to adorable than anything. Not in a kitty like weird way. Like, I know the internet's gonna probably try to take this and try to twist my words. Nah, not like that. It's just like I'm into weird that, you know how like the social media does those, you know, cute couple things that look so cute that make you gag. Like, I like that. I'm like corny and I like that. But it's weird. Like, I wouldn't do it if I'm
questioning the rest of this podcast at this moment.
Like, it's like, and the thing is, like, with a lot of black women, you gotta be on your P's and Q's regardless of what you do. Like, and I know that a lot of them mess with like a lot of ain't shit dudes, and that's because it's just like the way that the black men in our community, some
Yes.
have been conditioned.
I would say most.
Yeah, well,
Most.
Most have been conditioned because there's dudes that I see that are like so like I'm like how like I look at the female, I'm like, how are you with a dude like that? Like, he's broke, no car, like and it's not like he's like trying.
Yeah.
There's a difference between trying and just being a bum. Like, and if you don't want to leave because he's a bum, because you don't want to feel like at that point in time when you're dealing with a bum black dude, you should just start. That's when you should start exploring your options outside of race. Because like
no. Because now you're giving the people bad advice.
No. Why not try something different?
Because you shouldn't base a bad experience.
So you're just gonna say focus on one race still?
No, the fact that you just said that because
I messed with a crazy white woman, I decided to step outside that boundary.
No, like the fact that the fact that we're basing like a bad experience, like that's like me saying like my ex was black and she did me wrong, so F all black women at this point. Like,
but that's usually how everything goes when you're in that moment.
But that doesn't make it right.
Okay, so when women,
because apparently to the Donald Glover meme, when he's a nerd, they don't go for black women, don't go for nerds like him, so he dates a white woman. That doesn't make it right. You are generalizing a race of people. But it comes down to Russian roulette. Okay, if you continue to black rejects, white, maybe. Okay, let's come back to that. Reject, black rejects. Okay, black, maybe. Black. Maybe there's something wrong with you.
Then if that comes down to the point of that, then if you're not getting somewhere going one way, you're going to take a different route. If you're not going anywhere,
or maybe you should just reevaluate who you're attracted to. Maybe she just doesn't like you. Maybe she's just not that into you.
Then go with something that is into you.
It can possibly be someone with still in the same race. Why do you have to jump? Why is it that we're
because
taking?
I'm pro interracial dating.
That's fine. That's fine, but don't base it off a bad experience to say I want to. Why couldn't it be like you just happened to fall in love with this person? Not I got rejected by a black girl, so now I'm gonna go out here.
But that's you. I'm talking off the basis of like dudes that that complain about like women that say that. Like, you know, basing it off of the black men that when the black men that do. Disrespect black women based off of that. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
Oh, okay, because I was trying to clarify. Even in that case, I don't necessarily agree with that because, again, you can't really generalize. But like, all right, let's talk about Serena Williams. Like, I think she's dating a white guy, right? But I remember when the media was talking about most men and most of them were black were saying, oh, like Serena Williams, she's too muscular, she's too manly. Mm-hmm. And see, we as a culture, we have to stop doing that because I personally think Serena Williams, when that video with her and Beyonce, so we have to like stop doing that, and we have to stop taking bad experiences and allowing that to really shape who we're dating, because then I can argue and say that you're not really dating that person for the right reason. You're just dating them because you've been hurt by this person. Like, I mean, we all done that. Like, we all jumped from a relationship. We just jumped into it. We've been hurt by someone, and then we jumped into a relationship, regardless if it's within a race or not. We jumped into a relationship, and we didn't really give a crap about that person because we just wanted to be next to someone. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to be like, yeah, we should just go for this person because this person's like already into you, da 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 da, and blah blah blah. But you're not really into that person because you're just doing it out of rejection and not because you actually like fell in love with that person. Now the girl who says she want to have make babies. Maybe.
I just have this one statement to make. Never, when you're talking to a black man, okay, never ever use this phrasing to him. Your mother's black. Why don't you date black women? It's like, no man wants to think about smashing his mother. That's the worst analogy.
What? Yo, let me get to these comments. Stop. Just stop. Back away from the mic. He said, Alright, anyway. This next comment says, it don't bother me. You can't help who you fall in love with. Just make sure it's the right love. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure it's the right love. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to make arguments because this is a podcast and, you know, it would be very boring if we both just agree with each other. Because this ring would not be 36 minutes at this point. It'd be like 10. We'd be like,
that's why I got to cause controversy.
Yeah, we're about to cause some controversy in a second. This next comment says, I think interracial love is so, and she uses that many O's, important. Oftentimes people forget that people love who they love, and color shouldn't be a reason why two people can't be with each other. The only way to change this world of hate is to raise our kids to love even when everyone else says they shouldn't. That's a nice comment. Now this one. This particular comment really got under my skin, and I'm going to see if it gets under your skin. Probably not. This is even a discussion in 2018. Love who you love, not a race, a person. We are all the human race. That's the only race that matters. Someone commented under that. It says, as long as there is folks not minding their business and have prejudice in their hearts, this will never not be a discussion. LOL. We are all the human race. LOL. That's cute. Do you see my issue with that? Do you see my issue with the comment? Now, this guy, the person who commented, I have no hostility towards this person, but this is one of those comments where it's like when you say it, you don't understand the effect of it. Now, one thing I will never do is disregard someone's race, because it doesn't matter if you look at someone's race. I will disregard someone who is racist.
You're right.
But I will not disregard someone's race. Meaning, like, when I see a woman and I notice that she's Asian, but that doesn't change my feelings towards her. Like, if I'm talking to her, having a conversation, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's Asian. Let me switch it up. Like, no, it's like. So when we say this whole human race thing, to me, that's like a all lives matter kind of like.
Yeah.
It's like, don't say that. Like, because when you do that, not only are you ignoring like who I am as a person and what I identify as, you're also ignoring the history that my skin color represents. Like, I'm sorry, people take pride in their culture. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all about how we treat the race and the culture. Like, it's not about identifying or seeing this person as Asian. If you're Asian, you're Asian. That's not racist to make an observation.
Yeah.
So when that guy said that, I was kind of like, stop. All right. Oh man, this guy wrote a lot. I don't know if I'm going to read all this. Might as well. I read everyone else's.
All right, Floyd Mayweather, go.
That's racist. Now that's racist. As someone who is in an interracial relationship right now, I'm very supportive of it. We can't choose who we love, and who we love shouldn't be limited to people whose appearances and backgrounds match our own. I think that interracial relationships also come with a lot of learning about other cultures, as you and your partner are forced to experience those differences. It can even lead to you two realizing some similarities between the way you both were raised. In short, I think interracial relationship often transcends the typical dating formula and end up being beautiful, intimate learning experiences for both parties as well. Well said, sir. And I agree. But there's people out there who, like, I'm about to say real name. Joker says, I get rejected, so I'm going to date outside my race because these people ain't crap. It's like, listen, stop attracting these certain type of people. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. If you a nerd...
Okay, I got a question though. And this is me being all serious. What if what you're attracted to ain't attracted to you for that race?
Yeah, give me an example.
Okay, say that you're into like the ratchet hood chicks. I'm talking about the ghetto DC girls that are loud.
So what race are we tagging with this, or there's
black.
no race?
We're tagging them. I'm saying like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just putting this into scenario for you.
All right.
You're attracted to the loud, ratchet black females. I know that there's females out there that are not ratchet, and I'm not generalizing you all. Okay, I'm saying for the ones that are, and y'all know a few of them because y'all went to high school with them. But anyway, they're the ones that had the tumbleweed rolling around your school. Anyway, You're attracted to them, but they are not attracted to you.
Right.
So then, what do you do? But that's what you're attracted to. You're not attracted to any other type of female.
Well, then you have to reevaluate why.
Why would you? You're going to reevaluate how you feel?
You're going to reevaluate. I think people.
Granted, as you get older, what you like changes, but like
because you reevaluate, like you don't like the same people that you liked in high school. Exactly. So some women.
That's because they
it's just like you said, like women who date
they're all
bum.
like lunch ladies now, so it's kind of hard to.
It's like you said, like when you said like ladies don't date bums, or they date bums. It's like they need to reevaluate why are you going for this person when there's someone else out there for you, but you keep going to the same people.
Some people like to feel like you're healers.
I was like that once. And then I grew up. And then I heard someone say they want to have mixed babies, and I ran for my life. This next comment says...
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You were in love.
Chill. Because we don't want to go to Tumblr days. That's what's causing this podcast. It's like, no. Anyone under 90 who has an issue with it is effed up in the head. Love anyone and everyone you want for the rad person... pieces they bring into your life. So this next comment may offend a lot of people. They're great when they lack white people.
Okay.
Yo,
Kind of funny.
that is.
But I'll be honest. Like it's weird that like he says that because like
To an extent.
To an extent. Yeah.
To an extent,
because
it's true.
me myself, like everybody knows that I would always say that I'm like attracted to white women more. Like I would always say that, but recently like my tastes have like changed. Like I'm still attracted to them, obviously, but it's like I'm not. It's like I'm just like I wouldn't say I'm attracted. I mean, I think we find people attractive. I think I could look at a woman or a white woman and be like, she's pretty. Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like,
damn.
Let me go holler at her, cause
yeah, I don't feel like even the ones that they be posting on Instagram that be like doing it, that be twerking with their butts and everything. I'm just like, bruh, like that's not even like attractive now. Like
yeah, it's just
that if like I said black female did it, then I would be all up on that joint like, oh, let me marry that. But
and I think this guy said it because to an extent I think that when it comes to race, I don't know, it's just there's a sense of like you really lack understanding. Mm-hmm. Like you said, like, I just think when you say certain things like, oh, I want to have mixed children, like that's just not something you just go out and say. That's like saying like that's like telling a Latino girl like I want to be with you because I know our babies are going to be cute. Mm-hmm. Like that's just one, that's creepy. It just comes off wrong. It just sounds weird. Like I don't know, but it just seems like that's something more popular and with like white people. And I don't know. The comment was hilarious, by the way. It's okay.
And honestly, a lot of people like that is about the babies thing. A lot of people do use that excuse because they're like, well, I don't want my child to grow up with the problems that I had. They'll get treated a lot better if they are like lighter in the skin tone and da 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 da. So it's just like there are people that do say that, and it's like I'm not saying that it's right at all. Like that's
yeah.
But I get where they're coming from because it's just like as black people we do have it the hardest regardless of what anybody says. Like we literally live our day in like basically some type of fear.
Especially with these cops. Oh my God.
Some type of fear.
I gotta like
whatever it may be. Like I'm not being specific with it because it's just like
there's so many things.
Yeah. So it's just like, and it depends on your situation or where you live or how you grew up or whatever. Like there's some type of fear that you're dealing with, and that.
I think to go back on that guy's comment, I feel like with white people, like I said, it's just like this unintentional racist kind of thing, and that's why I love the movie Get Out because like remember the scene where he was like,
I've never seen it.
Okay, but there's a scene. You need to watch it. It's really good. But there's a scene where the father's like, he's just talking about like all this black stuff. He's like, you know, if I could, I would vote for Obama again. It's like, and the guy's just like, well, why are you saying that?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
yeah, when you do that awkward,
like
not like when you're trying not to seem like you're not racist, even though you know you're not racist, but you're trying to.
But you're saying stuff that's racist.
Like, yeah, that's like. You know, like,
I was at work and I lied to you not. This white lady just walks up to me and she's like, hey, Wakanda forever, man. And I was like, oh my god, I just wanted to like, I don't.
yeah.
It was just like.
Like, granted, I can understand if you like the movie.
I'm not even mad that you said it, but it's like, why did you feel the need to tell me this? We didn't even have a conversation about the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I was getting a drink, and she walked up to me. It was like, Wakanda forever, man. I'm like, okay. Like that video with the black guy. Like, okay.
But I find some of that hilarious though, because you know me, I'm very cynical.
You'll laugh. I was like,
I would be very cynical, so I find, like, I admit that I'm not a racist, I'm a stereotypist. There's a difference, okay?
you're prejudiced.
No, I'm stereotypist, okay? Alright? I will put everybody's stereotype with their race, regardless of who you are, okay?
Black.
Alright, I went to work, okay? They had watermelon on the plate, okay? I grabbed it and I looked at my coworker, I was like, hey, while I was eating the watermelon, I was like, hey, thinking of anything? Huh? What does this look like, huh? Huh?
Watermelon is actually nasty.
What? Bro.
Psych. I lied.
I don't know.
You're gonna judge me because I'm black?
No, it's stupid because watermelon is delicious.
Watermelon is actually very
Except when people put salt on it. Like, who raised y'all? Like, what? Y'all should...
Who put salt on watermelon?
A lot of people. And it's not even a white person thing like I thought it was. No. Black people put salt on their watermelon. Like, they put sugar in their fucking grapes.
See, I don't think I could personally date, even though in my past I dated an Asian. I don't think I could date outside my race because people don't wash their chicken. And I'm not having that in my house. Like, nah, son. I'd be like, you just come home, honey, I made some grilled chicken. Oh, the sink, it looks dry. Did you wash anything? No, I just threw it in.
Still got the feathers on it and everything.
Oh my god.
Still clucking in the pot.
People are like, oh, you don't need to wash it. It's like, bruh, I wash everything I get. Except for like, you know, like your red meat, like steak and you know, ground beef. So you don't need to wash that. Because ain't no feathers on that. Like, ain't no, you know...
That's the inside of the... Yeah, that's the...
Like, no, like...
But you gotta wash it.
You gotta wash stuff. Like, people, it's like, it kills me. Like, oh, I don't need to wash my chicken. It's like, bro, if you eat lettuce, you make a salad, you eat fruit, you wash that. Right. Why do you wash a fruit? I
used to work in the produce department, y'all. Y'all saw where most of that stuff came from?
I know you be like...
Yo, y'all would definitely wash y'all stuff.
Like, my thing is, how we gonna wash fruit, but we cut it open and then eat the inside of it? But you're eating chicken, you eat the skin of the chicken because you're frying it or baking or whatever, but you ain't gonna wash that.
They say you cook out the bacteria. Yeah, no. Nah. The bacteria is having a nice little suntan right now.
Like, okay? Nah, if you don't wash the chicken, I can't date you. No matter what race you are. How about that? How about that?
Like I said, like, me personally, the only reason why I say that I would date outside my race is because that, again, the person I'm in love with is outside of my race, and that's going to stay like that for forever.
But see, that's the thing. You fell in love with that person.
Yeah.
So, it's different when it's like, just like a fetish. Like a fetish.
Yeah,
like,
fetish. Yeah,
that's creepy.
It's literally the same. But I can honestly say that, like, sometimes, like, not like for people that do actually date outside their race, they break down more of what they like and don't like. Because, like, regardless of the fact, every race acts differently. Regardless of what they do, they have some similar characteristics, but they will all act differently because of how they were raised.
Right.
So you might see a different home raising in a white home than you would see in an Asian home or a Hispanic home. Like, or you might see a similar, like a Hispanic home that's similar to a white home, or at a white home that's similar to a black home, or even worse off than a black home. Like, okay,
or even worse.
like, I can say this: I grew up privileged. Like, honestly, I say I grew up first world privileged. Okay, not first world rich, but first world privileged. Because there's a lot of people out here that I can see that have been a lot off worse than I have.
Exactly.
And it's like, and they are of different race. They're not. It's not that they're black or they're white or whatever. They're of all race.
Right.
And it's like, and you have to see how someone else lives to really break down the consensus of what you find attractive as a person.
And I think, you know, even though we were kind of like, not bumping heads, but we were like kind of like on the opposite. Yeah, you're debating on it. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. Like, I think as long as there's an understanding of the culture and the, you know, the backgrounds, then I think it's great. But if, you know, like I said, if it's a fetish, I don't agree with that. Or I think that you have to really understand that. You have to be able to stand with that. Like, you know, it's hard when I can understand, like, it's frustrating for, and I'm just going to speak on behalf of, like, black women, because I'm not, I think that when you hear, like, a celebrity say, like, I think some rapper dude said, like, he don't want to have black kids, he don't want to
Kodak Black.
Yeah. That it hurts, because it's like, yo, black is beautiful, and not only that, dude, we support your career. Like, and it's the same thing with Michael B. Jordan. So when it's like, yo, he's like, I date black women, but like, they're not my preference. You have to understand, as a black woman, like, they have it hard. Like, if black men have it hard, black women have it the worst.
Well, okay, this comes down to what you said. You gotta figure out what you're attracted to. Okay, if that guy is not attracted, then so be it.
Yeah,
that's his loss.
No, I know.
Regardless of like there could literally be, okay, for me, there could be a black chick out there that would be probably perfect for me. Perfect for me.
Perfect.
Okay. But one, I don't go out nowhere, I don't travel, and I hate meeting people. So there is the possibility of me meeting her is 0 to none. Okay, because I really hate human interaction. But there is a possibility that there is one out there for me. And if she is, then I would, and I meet her, then I would welcome that with open arms, no problem. But until then, I want to enjoy what I like. I'm going to still dip my flavors into ice cream. I haven't settled down. I'm not thinking about doing that for a while. I'm still young. I still got time to do this and do that before I actually think about settling down. Because one of my coworkers, his wife only dated black men, but she ended up marrying a white man.
But she fell in love with him.
Yeah, exactly.
But as long as it wasn't like, black men treated me like crap, so now I'm gonna go to you because you're white.
It just so happened like the last guy she broke up with. Okay, they broke up, and then like
she met him.
Yeah, met him, and then he changed for her and did all this, and boom. So it's just like, you can't like.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
You can say that your preference is only a specific type, but if you so happen to fall in love with somebody of your same race or another race, then that's just how it goes. Yeah. Because you could literally sit there and be like, yeah, I'm only going to date black people. But then you can meet that one person of another race that you will fall madly in love with, and boom. Now your whole perspective will change.
It's like, for me, it's more so like the whole, like I said, with the pro-black thing. Because I just feel like people who are like the extreme pro-black, like Umar, that guy who preach like, oh, I can't respect a black man if he's not dating a black woman because she will understand your struggles because black men struggle, black women struggle.
I don't want nobody to understand my struggle.
Well, I think you would want someone to understand your struggles. You don't want to be in a house like, honey, I got beat by the cops, and she's like, well, you shouldn't have ran. And you're just like...
And I would have been like, I didn't run, okay? First off,
That's why I got beat up.
Exactly. That's why I got beat up. If I would have ran, then I would not have been caught. Then all I would have needed you to do was transfer $2,000 to my bailiff.
And some crack cocaine.
That's about it.
And some cocaine. So
And we're not talking about the real issue here. Okay, we're not talking about
the real issue is you ain't washed that chicken last night.
Exactly. That's the real issue.
And I ate that. And my stomach hurts.
But it's also like
You want some raw
you
chicken?
can meet someone of another race that may not have been through your struggle, but will still understand it. Because there are white people that like do defend black people.
Yeah, and they
that
speak
are,
up about
that
it.
are very, as you say, pro-black.
Yeah, they are.
They are pro-black. They are just as black people. But then the pro-black people will still shun those white people that are pro-black because they feel like just because they didn't grow up the way that they did with their skin color, then they will completely never understand. And that's when I come back down to the black racists. Boom! As you shook your head. Yes.
I didn't shake my head. I'm looking at this Fortnite. First off, racism deals with power that black people don't actually operate with. So if you want to say prejudice, I'll give you that. But to say a black person is racist, we need to stop that. Because that's that reverse racism crap that white people be saying. And I'm not falling for that, son. Because it's like, how am I racist to you? Is there a place you can go in this country and feel safe? Yes, you can go to the South. I went to Arkansas. Don't go there.
You can go to South Africa. They don't like whites. Let me stop.
They don't like... And then you got white people there, too. They everywhere. So, my thing is... pretty much what you said. I just think that as long as it's a genuine love, then it's fine. But when it comes to the fetishes, and I'm sorry, like
it has to stop.
But to an extent, like I said, I kind of understand where the people who are pro-black are coming from. It's kind of like it's. I'm sorry, you got to blame history. It's like, so you're saying we got oppressed by white people, and then the next thing you go do is, you know, you have love for these white people, but not your fellow man.
And some of them have a fetish with oppressing the white woman. I mean, or like, and you know what's funny? There are some black women that date that date white men because the white man wants to be oppressed by them. And they love it. They love the strong dominance of the black female. That's why.
Yes, man. And that's what I said. I think that's why I said the stereotype is like, I think for white people, and you know, people could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's submissive.
Yes.
Like white women are submissive. You know, it's like, honey, wash the chicken. Wash the damn chicken. Okay.
And it's like,
she just like washes the chicken with soap, and it's like, no, not like that. Like it's ridiculous. So we're wrapping up to an hour, but I do want to talk about one of the requests, not the first one. Remember we talked about money.
Yeah.
We can talk about that one, another one. But the second one, he said long distance relationships. But let's conclude our thoughts on interracial dating. So I'm gonna let you have the floor. I'm gonna say my last conclusion statement, and then that'll be a wrap for it, and then we'll go into the first request.
All right, as they do it, just stop being upset with someone else for their choice of love. When, like, I can understand if you know the backstory of it, but if you don't know the backstory of how they're together or what they've gone through, then you shouldn't leave your 2 cents out of it. If you don't like it, then that's not for you. By all means, go find your black king and do you. Or find your black queen. Do you. Alright? Just do that. Like, that's my words on it.
In the end, interracial dating is not the biggest issue as long as it's genuine love. However, if there is a fetish, I do have an issue with that. But I just want to say to the beautiful black women out there that if you feel... got my throat. If you feel like someone, a celebrity, Donald Glover, Michael B. Jordan, Lee Daniels, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Tyler Perry. If you feel like these celebrities aren't, you know, appreciating who you are as a person, you know, for your race and culture, then like Joker said, I think that it shouldn't bother you at that point because you know the truth at this point. So it's like you get it. You understand Michael B. Jordan. Maybe he doesn't like black women. Maybe he does, and maybe he just never found that girl. Who knows? But at this point, there's no point of getting upset about it because he's going to continue doing what he does. And if you have a man who loves you for who you are, then that's all that matters. That's all that matters at the end of the day. It's like I have nothing but love for people, but I have a special love for black women because I was raised by a black woman. And I just love black women, and they have been supporting blacks throughout history. So interracial dating is fine as long as you guys understand each other's sides, understand the culture, and you guys are doing it because you love that person and not because of their skin color. That was actually on the hour. Woo!